Chelsea, founder, mother, hypnotherapy advocate. You good?
I don't know. Am I?
I think you're good. Chelsea, I'm so happy you're joining me today.
I'm so happy to be here.
Thanks for coming.
My pleasure.
Now, you are a woman of substance, a woman of depth, and I've known it since the second I met you. We met at your gallery, Tappan.
Yes. You want to tell the story?
Over Freeze. I mean...
It's a good story.
And you tell it. I brought my dad. I brought my husband, Greg.
Who I love. And then you saw Elliot, my husband, and you were like, that is your husband? He's chic. We can be friends. That was good.
You were like, who is this?
Instant friends.
Listen, chic inside and out, right?
Yeah, but truly with substance.
But he is really chic.
Oh, he is. Both of them.
Yeah, I wanted to bring you on because you have been through a lot, and your life is very abundant, and you know how to bring it all in and yield it in the right direction. I'll never forget inviting you over for dinner a few months ago, and I was struggling with a little bit of a career change, wanting to call in new things, and you said, instead of saying, I will be famous, I will be wealthy, I will be peaceful, you just said, I am. Yeah. I am famous, I am abundant, I am. And I thought, I can say it I say it, but you said it, you looked at me and you didn't even explain. You just said, no, I am. And I was like, oh, she knows what she's talking about. So tell me about your I am experience. Yeah. Tell me about mental fitness. Tell me about your journey. Why did you get into it?
I think as a human, I've always been interested in like a spiritual realm. And then throughout life, so always like studying different philosophies and poetries and whatever. And then there was a certain point in my life where I was dealing with a lot of health things. Like I always had a little bit of eczema, and then something, I had COVID, and it really made it a lot worse. Like for a year and a half, truly.
The COVID did, or was it the vaccine?
The COVID.
Okay.
Truly made it unbearable. And so I was looking for anything, like going to all the doctors, anything that I could get to help me get through it. A friend of a friend introduced me to Lisa Ludovici, who is a hypnotherapist in New York. And I met with her. She explained to me...
You met with her on Zoom?
Yeah, I met with her on Zoom.
Meanwhile, you have 2 kids, you have a husband, you have a gallery,
yeah,
you have a big business online.
Yes.
So you got to keep it all going.
Yes. Yeah. And I had just had my second. And anyway, it was a really hard time, but I found Lisa, I found hypnotherapy, and it was an incredibly life-changing experience for me.
And hypnotherapy helped the eczema?
Hypnotherapy helped the eczema. Hypnotherapy helped everything, because the way you show up in one place of your life is how you show up in every place of your life.
What do you mean?
So
many questions.
Yeah, so I'm going through a lot of stuff. It's a really hard time. I find hypnotherapy. But the premise is, so Lisa is a medical hypnosis, hypnotherapist, like basically any sort of ailment or any goal somebody has, you can get to your goal through hypnotherapy. And she specializes in, like, someone has cancer, someone's about to have back surgery, you can work with her and like heal. Okay, so I'm like, every day I want to be with you every day.
Yeah. Preemptively heal before you get back surgery.
Correct. So that you don't need back surgery, as an example. And so there's this.
So she's basically saying that everything is in the mind, and the power of the mind can do whatever you want it to do.
Right.
If you put it in the right direction and you make it super focused.
Yes. So much to unpack. Um, but essentially, our body holds and stores things that we don't want to or can't or don't process emotionally. We physically hold those things. So
Yeah.
everybody goes through different levels of trauma in their lives. And it can be big traumas, it can be little trauma. Trauma actually isn't the scale of what happens, but rather how you respond to it and how you deal with it. And being surprised, I learned the other day, is actually what makes something traumatic.
Being surprised.
Yeah, being surprised and not being fit to deal with it. So that's where like this mental fitness comes in. And every piece of information that you're experiencing as a kid helps to shape the world that you live in. Mm-hmm. Right? So you're building the reality that you will then live for the rest of your life.
Until 10.
That's like when that's when like your subconscious is the most open. That's like when you are the most impressionable, and that's like when you're building, they say you're building the blueprint of your life from like 0 to 8.
Yeah.
So like loose. And
right.
like I'm going to say a lot of things. I am no expert, right?
No,
like,
but it's your experience.
This is like the things that I've learned.
That's what this podcast is all about. It's all about the human experience and how to uplift and level up.
Yeah. So these are the things I've learned and I'm excited to share. So from 0 to 8 or 10, you're building the reality that you will then live the rest of your life. Because we're so young and so probably ill-equipped to understand what's actually happening, we build stories. So we build stories of like, I'm not enough, or nobody loves me, or I'm not lovable, or different
I'm
versions.
Not beautiful.
Yeah, whatever it is.
I don't deserve to have money. I don't deserve to have XYZ.
Yeah, life is hard.
Life is hard.
Making money is hard. You have to struggle. Life is a struggle. Like all these things that people say and we tell ourselves over and over again. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so those become the reality that we live. Mm-hmm. And then there's trauma along the way, and then we internalize it, and then chronic ailments are a result of these belief patterns.
These stories that we tell to ourselves.
Yeah.
It's in physical ailments, right? It shows up itself in physical ailments. But even before I started this podcast, I book musicians for a living, right? Okay. That's how I make my money. The day before my podcast, first of all, one of my producers had to go to the ER, and thank God she's fine. But it was like the world was kind of crashing down on me, and my hip was so paralyzed, and my right knee. So literally my body could not walk forward, could not.
So literal.
I called my energy healer, who's my therapist, and I said, "Do you think I should cancel?" And she said, "No." She said, you need to do it because you want to do it, and this is your calling, and this is where you're going. But she said, but because you will do it and you can do it and you walk through that, you're going to be that much stronger. Mm-hmm. And then I called her and I said, "You really think my body, I can't move forward?" And literally. She said, "Obviously." And if you can tap into that, imagine how powerful you can become. Mm-hmm. So when I have these chronic UTIs that I have, or when I have back pain, what does it mean? Why does it mean? What am I not doing, and how can I shift?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you read Louise Hay's?
My mom was like a huge Louise Hay fan. Amazing. So
that's it, right? Like back pain, I'm not like supported, right? Different parts of your body are telling you different things about the emotional aspect that you want to address. And so there's, apparently, there is the emotional portion of it that you can, right? So like you can say affirmations. You can say like, I am safe, I am worthy, I am lovable, and all these things. But if you don't deal with and clear the subconscious of the childhood trauma or whatever, whenever the trauma came, no amount of affirmation is going to be able to
penetrate in your psyche.
Because your subconscious has been programmed to believe what it believes.
To hold on to the thoughts.
Yeah.
Out of survival. You know, we used to leave the clan and then we would get killed. So that's why it's so hard for some people to say goodbye to friends that are toxic. You know, it's, I mean, so many different things. We're in a different time.
Yeah.
You know, as human beings. So how do you get rid of those subconscious thoughts?
So I did it, and will still probably continue to do it because, you know, no, not perfect, not done, all these things.
You're in a human body.
In a human body, just human experience, enjoying the journey. But first, or at least I did it through hypnotherapy.
Okay.
You can, that's like where you can tap into your subconscious. You go to your childhood self. You resolve memories that come up. You really need like a professional to take you through that. And
There's a lot
then
of
I think the
crying, I'm
layer
sure.
on top of that is then the affirmations and being safe and lovable and worthy and all these things. And then you're in like a balanced place, right? Then you're like actually in your body. And then you can be like, and maybe in parallel, but you're also forward looking. So that's when like you build the life that you want to live, like in detail. You
Because
journal.
you're clear and you're neutral.
Right. It's the same in like functional medicine. People want to like detox, but if you're not like sleeping well, drinking water, breathing correctly, all these things, if you detox, it's just going to go deeper. Like your body needs to be able to like get rid of the junk in order for you to be neutral health, so that your body can heal itself.
Right.
In a physical. So in like the subconscious, there's also the clearing so that you can be neutral, and then from that place of wholeness and worthiness, from that place you can create and like manifest and call in the life, the fame that you are.
Right.
You know.
That you want. So do you think that the eczema was caused by childhood traumas?
Yeah, and
And then it was exacerbated by by COVID
I
and
think
COVID
so.
symptoms?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's how you were storing it, and that's how it was manifesting. So give me an example. Is it hypnotherapy like a deep meditation?
Hypnotherapy, there's like different states of consciousness, right?
Or so they say.
And right, and I'm gonna butcher like, you know, when you're sleeping.
Give
you're
us the
in-
layman's, yeah.
Yeah, you're when you're sleeping, you're in one. I think it's like gamma. When you're like in between sleep and awake, you know, when you can like remember a dream, and if you like check your phone, you're awake.
You suddenly take
But like
yourself.
right,
yeah.
but like you can fall back into your dream. That before you fall asleep and right when you wake up is a similar state of what hypnotherapy is. It's like just super relaxed, super accessed. And that's why they say the 5-10 minutes before you go to bed are so important, and probably why so many generations and religions have you praying before you go to bed. Because what are you doing when you're praying? You're giving gratitude and you're wishing for whatever it is
You're
you want to call
introspective.
in. Now we're all on our phones, we're doom scrolling, we're like fear mongering, right? It's like
Yeah.
whatever.
Screaming into the abyss.
Yeah, it's something totally different. But that time before you fall asleep and right when you wake up are really sacred times. So now when I wake up, the first thing I do is all of like, you know, my affirmations. Like, I'm amazing, right? Like, I'm amazing, I'm successful, I'm happy, I'm worthy, I'm, you know, whatever.
I am whole.
Yeah.
And you say those
My body is in
affirmations.
harmony, right, for health. And then and I'll tell my kids, like, when they can't sleep at night, right? Like, I am safe, I'm lovable, mommy and daddy are so proud of me, things like that.
And you tell them to repeat that to themselves.
Yeah.
That's great. That's so great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then did your eczema clear up right away? I don't mean to keep bringing it back to such a, vulnerable moment, but listeners want to know.
Sure. It's definitely a journey, but I am not handicapped the way I was.
Yeah. My kids,
Before.
2 of my kids have eczema and they have flare-ups, and I took antibiotics when I was pregnant, and of course as a mother you blame yourself. But it's something so,
It's hard to deal with.
there's no the doctor says put hydrocortisone cream on it,
I know.
full stop.
Yeah.
There are no other,
There's nothing in the toolkit.
because I don't know, maybe they need to add a few years and more teachers to these med schools these days,
I know.
because
I
we
know.
get treated the symptoms, not
The root cause.
correct.
Right. And the skin is like the biggest organ in your body, and it's like detoxing, so that it's a whole thing. And yeah.
Yeah. So have you seen a massive transformation since you've really committed yourself to hypnotherapy, not only in eczema, but in your relationship with your husband, your children, your business?
My relationship with and to everything.
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 Everything. Everyone.
Yeah.
Food.
And so Lisa, and I think anybody who really wants the best for you is teaching self-hypnosis. So for her, she wants me to have all the tools and be able to go out and do this on my own, not like stay with her and need her to do it. And it's changed my mentality, my perspective, my relationship with everything, because at the root of most people's ailments or insecurities is a sense of worthiness and loving yourself. Just like knowing that you're lovable, knowing that you're good enough, and knowing that you are enough because you exist. Because I exist, I am enough. I am, you know,
are.
and that's it, right? That's good. That's all you need to be. And like, I think people who are super successful, a lot of times what's driving you is the sense of like not being enough.
It's a chip on your shoulder.
You know, like I have to prove myself. I need to, like me as I am as a human isn't enough. I need to be very successful. I need to be, whatever.
Outwardly successful.
Exactly. To be
Enough.
To
be enough for my neighbor, my parents, everyone else that's looking to be enough really for me.
Exactly. And the switch, like the turnaround for me personally was like I am enough and I have everything I need, and that's why I'm ready for more.
And you think you can be as successful as the people who have the chips on their shoulder?
Yes.
More sustainably.
More successful. Because so there's so many like different parts of it, right? Like there's looking for success, believing in your success, feeling your success. Like
Before
no
it
matter
comes.
how successful Tappan got, it was never enough, and it never felt good because I never felt good or enough. So one of the things that I wanted to address when I was seeing Lisa was, I want to reach this amount of revenue so that I feel successful.
So it went from dealing with your body to, and then you realized the power of her, and you just
Everything.
wanted to talk about your business.
Yeah, let's do everything.
Got it.
And she was like, okay, what do you think is going to happen when you reach that target? And I was like, oh, like, she's like, how is that going to feel? And I was like, oh, I'm going to feel so proud. I'm going to feel successful. I'm going to feel like free, right? And so my assignment was every day to find 3 things that I felt proud successful and free about, or that made me feel proud, successful, and free.
Yeah.
That was what I thought reaching a certain number was going to make me feel. The goalpost always moves. We've all heard that. We've all experienced that. And in reality, you don't do something to feel a certain way. In reality, you need to feel a certain way to do a certain thing.
Wow.
And so you flip it first. And so, first of all, I'm happier going through my day to day. I'm more at peace. I'm more excited. I'm just like more comfortable in my skin. And we'll see. We'll see. If,
Do you think it's because you are choosing those emotions and therefore the actions are repercussions of the emotions? I have an energy healer who said the same thing. Like, you want to buy a house. What does the house represent for you? For me, it's happiness.
Yeah.
So live in that happiness.
Yeah.
So when someone comes in my orbit and I feel weird, just shut it down. Walk away. Close the phone.
Yeah, you're so good at that. You're just like, sorry, not for me.
I mean, I've had to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
It was 35 years of pleasing everybody. No, thank you.
Right.
No, I'm
Right.
I'm not doing that anymore.
Right.
To what? Die?
Yeah. Yeah.
No. But most people don't do the work. Most people don't do the hypnotherapy because it's uncomfortable.
We live in our minds. And it can be a hellish place. And doing the work while a commitment is so liberating. For example, we have 60,000 thoughts a day.
Someone just said that. Oh, no, yes.
We have 60,000 thoughts a day. 80% of those thoughts are the same thoughts as yesterday. 80% of those thoughts for the average person are negative. I'm not enough. Why did I do that? I'm worried about this. When am I going to buy my house? I hate where I live. I hate the way I look. And that's the life you're living, right? In your mind. And so
It's wild if you break it down like that. It becomes so simple and you realize, wow, maybe I'm going to just have the same 60, 80,000 thoughts for the rest of my life unless I change them. Like, you will.
yeah.
Why would they change?
And then
If you don't change, they're not going to change.
right. And then if you believe in whether you believe it or not, your thoughts affect your biology, right? You know the Dr. Emoto test of the words on the water.
No, but my mom did this a lot before she passed.
So if you put love on this water and you look at the cells of this water under a microscope, the molecules, the molecules have beautiful formation. If you take the same cup, cup, and put hate or disgust or something, and you look at it under a microscope, they're broken.
For how long do you need to put the word on?
24 hours?
Right, and just really believe it. I mean,
And so imagine what that's doing to your body. And they've done this over and over again. Words like prayer, words like gratitude, words like beauty versus words like hate and anger and all these things. And if 80% of your thoughts are these things, what is that doing to
the outcome of your life.
also your physicality?
Right. What is that doing to your molecules?
Mental fitness is not the idea that hard things aren't going to happen. It's not that life isn't going to happen. It's that you're mentally fit enough to be agile with your emotions and not let what's happening to you dictate your life, your internal composition, but that your mind and you are going to be able to be in control and write your story and just take, or whatever comes your way, I think.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
I need to listen to this episode on repeat
Love you.
for myself. No, you're inspiring. You're inspiring. I think it's what it's all about. This episode was kind of like the acute lens into where I want to go with my message.
I'm so happy.
You know?
I love
so,
that.
Thank
yeah,
you.
well, you're such a beautiful spirit, and so you live and breathe it. So
Oh.
it's always so fun to talk to you about these kinds of things.